The bright glow of the Los Angeles skyline shimmered through the tall windows of ABC Studios as the red recording light flicked on. The set of Jimmy Kimmel Live was buzzing louder than usual. It wasn't just another celebrity night, Jennifer Lopez was in the building. The audience had been lined up for hours, eager to see the queen of charisma, the powerhouse performer, the woman who turned every appearance into a moment. Jimmy Kimmel leaned over to his producer, grinning. "She's always electric," he said. "Let's keep it light, but we might poke the bear a little." The producer laughed nervously. Everyone knew, with J.Lo, things could go either way. As the show's intro music kicked in, the studio audience roared with excitement. The band played, the lights gleamed, and Jimmy turned to the camera with his trademark smile. "Ladies and gentlemen, she's a global superstar, a singer, an actress, a dancer, a business icon. Give it up for Jennifer Lopez." Jennifer walked in wearing a silver silk outfit that shimmered like moonlight. The crowd stood, cheering, clapping, phones raised to capture the moment. She waved gracefully, flashing that famous confident smile as she took her seat beside Jimmy. "Welcome back to the show," Jimmy began. "It's been, 2 years since you were last here?" Jennifer crossed her legs, leaning in slightly. "Yeah, time flies. I've been working non-stop. You know me, can't sit still." Jimmy chuckled. "We've noticed. You've released an album, shot 2 movies, headlined events, launched a beauty line. I think you've done more this year than most people in a lifetime." Jennifer laughed. "I try my best. You just gotta stay busy, Jimmy. That's how you keep shining." The conversation flowed easily, funny stories, behind-the-scenes jokes, light banter. But Jimmy had something planned. Something spicy. It was his signature move, make a celebrity laugh, then corner them with a question they didn't expect. He leaned back, pretending to check his cue cards. "Now, I gotta ask," he said with a teasing grin, "there's been a lot of talk online about that music video, you know, the one with your husband, Ben. Some fans said it looked a little too real. Were you acting, or were we just watching date night with cameras?" The audience laughed, expecting J.Lo to play along. But her smile froze slightly. "Really, Jimmy," she said, still smiling but sharper now. "You're gonna start with that?" Jimmy shrugged playfully. "Hey, it's what the internet wants to know. We just ask the questions." Jennifer adjusted her hair, her expression calm but cool. "Well, the internet doesn't always deserve answers." The audience chuckled, but Jimmy didn't drop it. "Fair enough, but come on, people said that video felt like a personal diary entry. Is it weird having your love life turned into a pop spectacle again?" That word, again, hit harder than he expected. Jennifer's gaze locked on him. "You mean after 20 years of people picking it apart, headline after headline, interview after interview?" The crowd went silent. Jimmy tried to keep it light. No, I mean in a good way. People love seeing you two together." Jennifer leaned in. "You know, Jimmy, it's funny. Every time a woman in this industry is confident or romantic or open, people call it spectacle. But when men do it, it's art." The studio shifted. You could feel the tension crackle. Jimmy blinked, trying to find the humor again. "That's fair," he said, laughing awkwardly. "I just meant." She cut in. "You meant clicks. You meant ratings. Let's not pretend otherwise." The crowd gasped softly. This was no longer banter. Jimmy raised his hands slightly, smiling like a man trying to calm a storm. "Hey, I'm just the guy asking what everyone's thinking." Jennifer smiled back, a thin, knowing smile. "Maybe that's the problem, Jimmy. You're always asking what everyone's thinking. Maybe it's time someone asked what's true." A nervous laugh rippled through the crowd, but Jimmy wasn't backing down. "You're tough tonight," he said. Did Ben give you a pep talk before the show? Jennifer laughed, but it was sharp. No, Jimmy. I don't need a man to tell me how to speak. I've been running my empire for 25 years. The audience erupted in applause. Jimmy tried to recover, smiling for the camera. All right, I walked into that one. But Jennifer wasn't finished. You did. You always do. You joke, you poke, you twist things for laughs. That's your thing. But maybe sometimes, it's not so funny. The crowd was torn, half laughing, half stunned. Jimmy's grin faded. For the first time, he seemed thrown off balance. Okay, he said softly, maybe we should move on before I get destroyed live on air. Jennifer smirked. Too late for that. The audience gasped again, some clapping, some whispering. The tension was electric, unpredictable. Jimmy shuffled his cards, trying to pivot. So, your new film. But Jennifer interrupted gently. No, let's finish this. You wanted a real conversation, right? Jimmy looked at her, half amused, half anxious. Go ahead. She leaned closer. People like you sit behind a desk, you make jokes about our lives, our mistakes, our hearts. You turn real stories into punchlines. And when we react, you call it drama. But maybe, just maybe, we're human too. It was powerful. The audience fell silent. Even the band stopped playing. Jimmy didn't know what to say. Jennifer, this is live TV, he whispered, smiling nervously. Exactly, she said. And maybe people watching at home deserve something real for once. The crowd broke into applause. Jennifer sat back, composed, glowing with intensity. Jimmy tried to laugh it off. Well, folks, I guess I've been officially destroyed by J.Lo. Jennifer smiled again, this time warmly. No, Jimmy. Just educated. The crowd cheered, loud and long. But behind that laughter, there was tension. A producer gestured from behind the camera, signaling for a commercial break. Jimmy nodded quickly. We'll be right back, he said, forcing a smile. As soon as the lights dimmed, the energy shifted. Jennifer crossed her arms, whispering something to her publicist off-camera. Jimmy leaned toward a crew member, muttering, "What the hell was that?" When the show returned, Jennifer was gone. Her chair sat empty. The audience looked confused. Jimmy smiled awkwardly, improvising. Jennifer had to step away, she's got another commitment tonight. Give her a big round of applause. But everyone knew something had gone wrong. Within minutes, social media exploded. Clips of the confrontation spread across Twitter and YouTube with titles like, J.Lo destroys Kimmel live, and, awkward moment on national TV. Hashtags #JLo vs Kimmel and #LiveTV chaos trended worldwide. People took sides. Some praised Jennifer for standing up to the snarky late-night culture. Others said she was overreacting. Commentators replayed the footage frame by frame, analyzing her tone, his posture, every second of silence. The next morning, headlines blared, Jennifer Lopez walks off Jimmy Kimmel Live after heated exchange. Entertainment sites called it unprecedented. PR insiders called it brilliant. Backstage sources later whispered that Jimmy had tried to apologize during the break, but Jennifer had already left through a private exit, flanked by her security team. In Los Angeles that night, she was seen dining quietly with close friends at a private restaurant in Beverly Hills. Reporters shouted questions as she left, but she said nothing, just a calm wave before stepping into a black SUV. The next day, on his show, Jimmy addressed the moment. Last night, things got a little intense with Jennifer Lopez, he said, smiling nervously. She's an incredible guest, strong, smart, passionate, and I might have deserved that. The audience laughed. So, J.Lo, if you're watching, next time,